Hello everyone, welcome back. Today in this video, we are trying to talk about the breach impact. So that is related to the data breach risk. So before starting the video, if you haven't watched the earlier video about the DAD trial for the breach impact, please go ahead and watch that so you understand the concept of disclosure, alteration, and denial of the information that maps to the CIE of the information. Okay, so let's go ahead and try to explore one by one about the five types of the risk, five risks trying to explore over here. There, the risk may be of wide ranging. So depending upon the nature incident, that means what happened exactly and the organization type. Because several organizations, some are multinational organizations, MNCs, some are local organizations, depending upon the size of the organization, the budget, the functioning. So it varies the risk of the data breach. So here we categorize the potential impact using some categories that business use to describe the risk. There are total 5 types of risk. So we start, the first one is the financial risk. We normally say the risk, which is directly related to the monetary damage. Yeah, as you already know, the value or the organization has the damage of several dollars when the data is breached because of the financial risk. That means that risk, financial risk, can be direct and indirect risk, on the sense that the direct financial damage, for example, refers to those damages, for example, the rebuilding the cost of a data center, that means after it is destroyed, or contracting the expert for the incident response and the forensic analysis. And the indirect financial damage is the second order of the risk. That means if the employee lose a laptop that has a plan of the new product, the organization suffers directly financial damage of the few thousands of dollars. So few thousands of dollars is the direct damage, but indirectly the financial damage may be more severe. Yeah, so more loss in case of the indirect, because that may gain the hold of these product plans and beat the organization market when there is a huge revenue loss when you compare that indirect damage. So huge financial damage indirectly. The second is the reputational leaks. Obviously, there is a negative publicity, yeah, when some data is breached, or when somebody withdraws money from your account, say for example from a bank like Bank of America or the US Bank, then that breach caused loss of goodwill among the customers. That means among the customer of the Bank of America. That means the stakeholder may not come to you because of that risk, and that will reduce or eliminate the business volume, and that is still impact, that has the impact of over the reputational risk or over the future unknowingly. The third one is the name implies the strategic risk that an organization will become less effective. Yeah, that means less effective in the sense that in meeting the goals, or we say in meeting the objectives. So we can consider the same example if an employee loses his laptop. So for example, which laptop may contain a new product plan, that means there are several strategic risks. So first, if the organization does not have the copy of those plans, that means they will unable to bring the new product to the market. Second, if the competitor get that laptop or get those plans, then that will have the more damage. That means that demonstrate the strategic risk of the organization to carry out its business plan. Very hard for meeting those goals, or we normally say meeting those business plans if the data is breached. The fourth one, very important, operational risk. That means organization ability to carry out the day-to-day functions. That means the operational risk due to the day-to-day functions may slow down the business process, or when one will say slow down the delay in delivery the customer order, or there may be the time consuming because of the manual work around the normal automated practice. That means operational risks are closely related with the strategic risk that affect in if the day-to-day function is affected, that ultimately that will affect the meeting the goals or the object. Yeah. On the other hand, if the risk causes the inefficiency and delay, it is better onto the organizational risk category, because the delay means whenever you are you are delaying product, you will be losing customers. The fifth one is the compliant risk, the last one. That means the risks occur when a security breaches causes an organization to run a legal or regulatory requirements in the sense that, for example, the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, we normally say the HIPAA, that requires all the healthcare providers and other covered entities to protect the CIE of the information. Or that means we normally say the PSI, the protected health information. That means if some organization loses the patient medical records, that means they violate the HIPAA requirements. The HIPAA is violated and are subject to sanctions or the fines from US Department of Health. So US Department of Health, and normally we say the Health and Human Services, so Department of Health and Human Services, they are subject to fine, which is the example of the compliant risks. And often, the risk cross the categories. So one risk has the ultimately link with the other risk. Likewise, as an example, every 2 seconds, somebody identity is stolen, and this is the source from the CNN money everywhere around the world. So ID theft, is the serious problem that has a direct concern with the data risk, with the identity theft. I hope that helps, and thank you for watching.